How many of you post on social media but don't really have a purpose or a plan behind your posts, right? We're going at it day to day, figuring out what's what our mood is, what's the latest thing in our phone, our pictures that we can post without actually having a strategy. In today's world, you have to differentiate yourself on social media, right? And the digital world continues to evolve. We want to help you take your salon social media or just as a salon professional to that next level and give you a guide to posting with purpose. That's what we're getting into in today's episode. Some great new ideas for your content and social media. Stay with us as we delve right in. Welcome to the Salon Scoop, a podcast by Salon S.O.S. I'm your host, Scott Moon, the founder of Salon S.O.S., and I'm obsessed with helping salon professionals live their best life. In this show, we shop talk all things salon to bring you real-life stories, debates, entertainment, and inspiration to help you find happiness and success in this beautiful industry. If you work in the salon industry in any capacity, this podcast is open to you. So set down your scissors or rinse out that toner and let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Salon Scoop, where we are going to get the scoop on the latest and greatest in digital marketing trends. Today, we have a digital debrief episode for you all about posting, proper posting, and planning your proper posts on social media. As always, I've got our in-house social media content master, Sarah Perrin. How you doing, Sarah?
Oh, living the dream, Scott. That's always my go-to. But making it by, doing well. How are you?
I'm loving your new office studio background you got.
Isn't it awesome? Again, I'm not recording sitting on the floor wherever the internet connection is best. So yeah, we've got a real big girl office now. So ready to get to business.
This is called evolution. And today in our episode, we are going to be talking about evolving, having an evolution to your social media strategy, because we just see too many pages out there, whether it's a salon professional or an actual salon page, where it's just still pictures of hair, pictures of hair, pictures of hair, and often it's like back of hair, back of hair, back of hair. That's like so 5 years ago. And it's really important. I was being generous. It's really important to be showcasing not just your work, but also, essential information, to clients, information about you, about your team, your values, right? Provide some variety, provide valuable content, not just the same thing over and over again. So we're going to delve into posting with purpose and some new content ideas that you should really be focusing on and not forgetting to include as part of your social media posting strategy. All right, Sarah, let's kick things off. What's the first thing that you want to share with our audience that they should be thinking about with regards to this topic?
Yeah, so I think first and foremost, the biggest thing is making posts, telling your your followers how to actually book an appointment. I've been on so many different salon pages, spa pages where I'm looking to book and I'm like, how do I do this? Like, do I call? Am I supposed to message you? Like, what am I supposed to do? Right. So try and look at your page as a potential client would, and what is the first step to coming to your salon is typically making an appointment. So make a carousel post, make a reel, whatever it might be, with step-by-step instructions on exactly how to book an appointment. Include, again, if it's online booking, make sure you have the link there. If it's giving the salon a call, if it's DMing, give them a very specific call to action. And then just to kind of piggyback on that, like explaining exactly how to book for specific appointments, right? We no longer live in a world where I used to work at a chain salon where they would call in and be like, I want a solid color or streaks. Those were the two things that people were asking for.
There's two
And
options.
there's two options, right? So I'm like, we do not live in that simple of a world anymore. So explaining how to book in for a lived-in color or a multi-process color or a color correction or whatever it might be, just make it as easy as possible because even though it seems simple to you and I in the industry, for the average consumer, this is a foreign language. So you really break it down into easy to understand terms and point them in the exact right direction of how to book with you.
Yeah. And that can be, in various posts, right? You should have that call to action. It's got to be in your bio profile. And you might also want to have on Instagram like a story highlight, right? That just actually walks through how to book with me or how to book with us, and give them those opportunities and make sure that it's very, very clear. All right. Second thing that I'm going to share with you is showcasing more of your salon space and all the wonderful things that you have to offer, right? Social media often is enticing, right? Potential new guests who are checking you out to come and want to spend time in your space. And there's that whole experience for them is not just about the service on their hair or on their skin or on their nails, right? So if you can have high quality images, videos, obviously work really well, as we know in social today, of your salon interior space, maybe even exterior, right? Depending on where you are. If it's nice, show off what you got, right? Be proud of what your mama gave you, and highlight whether it's you've got cleanliness. Maybe you have different services that you don't really feature because you're always focused on hair. But if you have manicure station, pedicure chairs, right? Showing that off every now and then so that people recognize that you have these different services available. Take them on a little tour of your back, your back area, your color section. These things, again, can add to a little bit of just the behind the scenes authenticity aspect, which we always harp on as being so important. So find areas and ways that you can just showcase that space to help them visualize themselves there and feeling confident and comfortable to want to be in that space with you.
I think that's the hugest part of that, Scott, is salons can be intimidating. They are an intimidating space. And if you don't know what you're walking into, this sounds goofy, but it might like adjust what you wear to your appointment. If it's a more laid back, casual environment, maybe you're like, cool, I can go in sweatpants, no biggie. But if it's a really elite, like high end looking salon, you might feel a bit intimidated going in there in your, Sunday casual. So, and
Yeah.
again, to kind of piggyback off of
I want
that
to
with the,
I want to
oh yeah,
actually
go ahead.
add, yeah, because it makes me think, I look up online often restaurants, right? When looking for a
Yeah,
restaurant to go to, and too often all the pictures is just the pictures of the food. And
yes.
it's similar, right? Like in salon world, it's too often just a picture of the hair, but I don't just want to see pictures of the food. I want to get a sense of like, what's the ambiance of this space? Like, is this more of like a casual dining? Is this more of like a
Totally.
luxury upscale, place? Is it like busy and crowded? Do you have like little nooks, with little, booth areas? I want to
Totally.
know that so that I can feel comfortable and confident in that space. And it's no different than what we just talked about for the salons.
It's a super good analogy. I really like that because again, I'm not showing up to you know, the keg and McDonald's this dressed the same. I'm probably gonna have a different wardrobe and dress code for these types of things. Not that salons have dress codes, but again, just as a consumer, you want to feel comfortable within the space that you're in. So similarly to that is really focusing on team features. So not even just like, oh, Sarah did this beautiful balayage, but this is Sarah. Her favorite activities are so and so, like kind of just introducing your team as human people. There is a face behind the chair, and there is, person behind the person do or behind the whatever stylist doing the hair. So I think that not only is a great way to shine a spotlight on your team members and kind of some of their unique skills and their personality and everything like that, but also a really good way of as I said, salons can be intimidating. Beauty professionals can be intimidating. And it's nice to know whose chair you're going to be sitting in. And again, I might choose one stylist over another based on these features even more than what their actual work they're doing, if that makes sense. So, because for me, kind of personality and being comfortable with who I'm with is like far trumps talent, if I'm being completely honest. So if I know that, this person is the best in the industry, but they're intimidating and they're arrogant and all of these things, I don't care. I will go to a newer stylist that's going to make me feel comfortable and have a good conversation with. So I think just looking at it again from the client and potential clients' point of view, and just kind of again giving that formal introduction before they even walk in the door so that they feel comfortable.
Yeah, I love that. And we all know that the posts that always get the most likes and comments are personal posts, right? It's when we have our
Face
actual,
face posts.
exactly, right? Our actual
Yep.
faces. So don't just think, oh, you know what, I've already introduced, everyone on our team. We've already done a post that introduces everybody. So I guess we can't do that anymore. You know what? Get a new picture of that service provider, behind the chair or at their station, hanging out in the back room, and post something personal, about them. It allows you to humanize your salon, personalize your team, right? So that there is that comfort level that exists for potential consumers to say, hey, you know what? Like, this seems like a great place to be with great people, smiley, friendly. So you can have these posts on an ongoing basis of your team, and you should. You can highlight different aspects of their skills and expertise, their favorite products, little hair tips, or not just hair tips, beauty tips and tricks that they might have to share. But by personalizing it, you're adding so much more to your content than just showcasing a picture of the result that they created and saying, Mandy created this great balayage. You know what? Show a picture of Mandy. You're going to get a lot more, a lot more likes, and comments than just showing the picture of the hair. So, and I'm going to come back also to, you don't have to just put these in your posts. Utilize those story highlights, right? Whether it's the salon stuff that we talked about, images and videos of the salon, or your team, utilize those story highlights in Instagram so that that information can live on a more permanent basis and people can access it to get that feel overall. All right, these are some categories that we've just touched upon, but Sarah, can you highlight some of the latest Instagram features, that are really pertinent today that accounts should be focusing on utilizing?
For sure. So you touched on the stories, which is an awesome way of keeping that important content and that important information like right at the top of your page so that again, new clients can see it right away and find it. Another thing is pinning these posts to the top of your page. This isn't a brand new feature or anything like that, but it is a super beneficial thing to utilize for, again, things that you're wanting every single person that comes to your page to see first before they see anything else. So again, this would be a great place to put like your how to book your salon appointments, or perhaps you have a monthly promotion going on, or perhaps you're hiring. Pinning those to the top of your page so that they are relevant and right up at the top when people come to your page is going to be hugely beneficial. And again, just to go back to the Instagram story highlights, that's a great place to again have your how to book specific appointments or how to cancel or here's the team features like you said, like that's awesome. And then my last tip would just be, and again you kind of touched on this, but regularly posting these things. It's not overkill. You're always going to have new followers if you're tracking your insights every week. It's like, you're going to have multiple new followers every week. So if you have some of this important information kind of being presented in a different way, whether it be, you throw it in a reel one time and then next time it's a carousel post, um, that, and then just again, regularly doing this monthly, twice a year, whatever it might be, you're not overkilling, you're not oversaturating your page with this information, but you're getting that information out in a new way to new followers and potential new clients.
Love it. All right, pretty straightforward. And the pin that you mentioned, Sarah, I think is really, really a great option. I would encourage everybody to go and check out what we do, we actually create a banner. The Instagram grid is so unique that you can actually utilize it in a pretty fun way. So we pin the top 3 and create one large banner image out of it, and you can create, whatever you want there to really have a powerful message. Because when people first come to your page, your profile, that's what they're going to see. So I encourage you to go check that out as an example at salon.s.o.s to see what we're talking about pinning a banner across the top 3 posts of your Instagram grid. All right, everyone, hope you've picked up some new ideas here for you to go forth with in the social media universe, and challenge. Ultimately, stop thinking like a salon professional about what you want to put out there, but start thinking like a consumer, like a potential client. What are they going to be interested in seeing to help them make a decision to want to come to your business, to come in and get hair services, nail services, skin services from you, right? And how can you provide that information, that valuable content for them? If you can shift your mindset in that way, it's going to open up your mind, and ideas will start flowing to all these different ways that you can post for them and get a lot more traction really from your post engagement. So there you go. Take it, everybody. Have a great day. Don't forget to rate and review this podcast, and we wish you a wonderful day. And in the meantime, stay stylish. Thank you so much for listening to the Salon Scoop podcast. This show is produced by Salon S.O.S, a digital marketing agency by industry professionals for industry professionals. If you want simple and affordable solutions for any of your salon marketing needs, such as websites, client loyalty, Google search rankings, social media, or more, come visit us at salonsos.ca or on Instagram at salon.s.o.s. If you want to hear more episodes like this and help us continue to bring the industry great content, it would mean so much to us if you would support us in one of the following ways. Either share this episode with one other industry professional, and rate the show on Spotify, or write us a quick review on Apple Music. We want to hear your feedback. If you have follow-up questions or ideas for future episodes, please reach out. DM us on Instagram at salonus.s.o.s, or hit us up on our website again at salonsos.ca. Again, thanks so much for listening. Now go get your hustle on, keep smiling, and we'll catch you on our next episode.